right, there we go. Hey everyone, Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another great day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv. I'm the creator of fmtraining.tv, where you can learn all about the FileMaker platform and learn how to build better FileMaker applications for you, your customers, your organization. This broadcast is completely free to everyone and is being broadcast in high definition to Discord, YouTube, and to Twitch. This broadcast is being recorded, which is really great. Of course, we might clean up the recording a little bit, so if we make a malfunction during the live stream, then of course we reserve the right to clean that up on the recording later on. However, because it's a live broadcast, we encourage you to ask questions. In fact, some people get aggravated when there's this dialogue with you and we ask questions. We want questions. If you have a question, odds are other people have the question too. And so I want to thank everyone for logging in. Ken and TK and Dave One, Dave Learning, Ed, Elzo, Carol, Jake, Mike, all of you, welcome once again to another great broadcast. Now, as a reminder, if you want to check out the upcoming broadcast, go to fmtraining.tv, press the left tab for the live button. You can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. That's pretty awesome. Additionally, if you want to help support this channel, right? We always say this, this broadcast is brought to you by fmtraining.tv, bringing you the greatest and the most entertaining FileMaker training videos available. So the idea is that if you want to help support the channel, make sure you check out our on-demand video bundles. We have videos that cover the latest version of FileMaker. We have videos that cover the deploy course. In fact, we used to sell the courses individually. Anymore, it's just much simpler to sell a complete bundle for a low price. We do this on an annual basis. So if you buy one of the bundles, that really helps support the channel. It ensures that we can keep coming back every day, because this broadcast actually takes a lot of money to run. The people here don't work for free. As much as I would love that to be the case, they do want to get paid. So moving along, today's broadcast is being supported by the folks at the Los Osos office. That would be Haley Marie, Christian Olson, and the awesome coaching team down there. They're originating the broadcast. And so let's go ahead and cut over to them right now and get our guest speaker going as well.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. This is Christian Olson from the Los Osos office, broadcasting kind of for the last time for a little while. I'm joined, of course, by our favorite guest star, Nick Hunter, who's going to be continuing the UI, UX experience. And Nick, I actually wanted to share with you, I shared one of your tips from the Tuesday stream with our taco team this morning, because I really like that listing for the addressing and then using the substitute to get the spaces in there. So I needed to go share that with some of our team who didn't have the privy to come to that broadcast. So thank you for that. I'm hoping you're going to give me something to bring to them tomorrow as well.
Okay, guys, thank you, Christian. So yeah, Miles is with the Borg now, so it's getting worse for Miles. I'm sorry for him. Hopefully, he's not going to be altered by the Borg, but he was already a little bit altered. Okay, so we try to find Miles for next week, and so today it's a follow up. Each day we are following up, and so we are moving on to another topic, but. I've decided that I'm going to talk to the boss about this. I'm decided to do this kind of the design UI UX kind of topic to be kind of a recurring things every month, because I can stay here for 5 years talking about this. So obviously a week is not enough. Apparently you guys likes it, and there's so many things to learn about this. It's impossible to put that in 1 week. Even in 1 month, we need more time than that. So I'm going to do kind of 2 or 3 days of UI UX every month. Okay, so that will be like a recurring topic that's going to come, and that will be awesome, because I can explain in depth all the reason why behind this, and I will come with more example of how to implement things like that and why you need to implement things like that. So far we worked on this assumption that we want to create a new contact, right? And we want to edit a contact. So we want to create a UI and the user experience to get the user to have the best experience, right? Instead of just dealing with the layout, we can narrow down, and then remember we got many things out of this. Yesterday I have so let me grab my FileMaker here. Is drawn all over the place here. So this is it. Okay. So yesterday, you remember we show about this edit kind of feature where you can edit a contact, right? And you can just do editings. Okay, you validate and voila. Okay. So, and people said, yeah, that's great, but if somebody is connecting, is try to modify the same record as you do, you screwed. And I said no, and I said I'm going to show you that today. So I'm going to show that today, why you're not screwed when you do that. Because as for many things, you are, if you use this kind of construction, which is, everything that is or around surrounding the table, records, fields, script. When you stay in the FileMaker world and you lay down and you assemble the building blocks correctly, then you get all the goodness out of FileMaker for free. So let me explain here what happened. Okay, so I have one connection here. I am in this guy here, and I'm editing this guy. Okay, so I'm editing this guy. That means I'm opening a new window in a car style window, and I'm editing another table. I'm in another table here. I'm no longer in a contact table. Yesterday we saw that we transferred the contact info, all the information from that table to this table, following an update and using the import dialog. I'm not going to explain that again today, but that got explained yesterday. So now I want to show you that if I open in another session, see I have another session here. So I'm connected to my server here, and I want to edit this guy. So Sam, you see we are in the record 80,001, and I want to edit this guy. Here, what happened? Oh, you cannot do it. This record cannot be modified because admin is editing it. So who is admin? But admin is this guy behind here, right? So okay, admin is editing it. I can't edit it, because yes, it's true. I was in this record here, but because I open a new window, from that record. But before I open the window, I'm setting this field here that is part of that table. And then immediately after, I'm opening a new window as a card style window. I'm not committing. When you do that, when you set a field and you don't commit behind, you are opening the record. The record is open. It's like clicking on the field. These are the same thing. So I'm setting the field here, and because I'm not committing just after the new window here, right? What happened here, the record behind, it's still busy. It's still open. And because of the style of the card style window, because of the particularity of the card style window is that I cannot click on the back. So that means I have this window open on top of the record behind. The record behind is open, still open, even though I have a new window. It's like, this window is just like a new window here, right? But it's blocking the access to the one behind. So now it's very easy to do that. Just what you do in your edit script is to intercept that fact. An error occurred because you try to modify that records that is part of this contact, but you got an error 301. The record is in use by another user. That means you can't access those. Just what you need to do is to get the error, Okay, you say, okay, if the last arrow is 3 or 1, which is record is in use by another user, there's record, right? So then show me a dialog, say, okay, the guy, the admin guy is editing it. Okay. So if you do the other way around, so you commit this, you get out of this, and then you open here, okay, I'm editing. So now you see here, I can edit the record. And if I go there, here you say, okay, oh, Nick Hunter is editing it because I am the guy editing this in that window. I'm logged in as Nick Hunter here. I'm logged in as admin here. So see, I'm logged in twice. So here I am Nick. Here I'm admin in this window. So get account name. Okay, I am in admin in this window. Okay, and here I am in Nick Hunter. Here I'm admin. Here I'm Nick Hunter. So I'm not faking it. It's not fake. It's not fake news. It's true. It's true. It's real. And because I'm using FileMaker, I'm not outside the boundary of FileMaker. So yeah. So because I didn't commit, I don't have any reason to commit the thing behind. Okay. I'm editing this field. I'm opening this in a new table. I'm not in the same table, so I don't care if that is open. But actually, I'm using that fact to prevent other people to modify the record. So there's no problem here. It's busy. It's like doing this here and then you go there. You have the message here. Hold on. I was testing something here, so I need to remove it. That's for next time. So if you do this, it says, yeah, because it's not, okay, so if I do this here, see, so you have, see, Nick Hunter is modifying this record. You cannot, so that is a natural behavior of FileMaker that I am intercepting this in my, see, I can't, because I'm intercepting in my scripts the thing here. So on Discord, people say, yeah, they were wrong because they were assuming that if many people on the network was editing the same record at the same time, they were getting screwed, and obviously not, right? Because just what you have to do is to intercept the code. That's another way. I was going to use another way to do that with a global, but this way is simpler. In that case, this way is simpler. Just you intercept the code and you show dialog. Say, hey, you know what is in use. So sorry, guys. So that being done, now I want to show you something here. Okay. And I want to start talking about control. So what are controls? Okay. Control are this kind of things. New record, delete record, those are controls. Okay, so Carl window is great because it keeps user escaping. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Moki said Carl window is great because it keeps user from escaping from context. Exactly, that's true. And I will add on top of this, Moki. Not only you keep the same context, but in the same time, you still have a visual connection about what's going on here. Okay, so you still have a visual connection. You are there, and you see the record where you were from. When you create a new window, you can have a disconnection. See, when you have two windows, you can disconnect the visual. Here you're not disconnecting the video, the visual. So which is great. So let's talk. So let's close this for a moment here. So I want to talk about those controls. Okay, and yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about control. Control are very important in FileMaker. Okay, and but they are not out of the box. Okay, so what that means out of the box, there's no option when you create a new window, for example. Okay, so let's say I'm creating a new I'm going to the script the script workspace here, and I say, I want a new window. I don't have a button says, oh, escape, close window, if escape key, you know? If you press escape key, for example, here I have this window open here. If I press escape, the window close. This is a behavior from everybody, from everywhere. You print, you want to print this, you know, you press escape, it closes. You want to import or whatever you want to do. You want to page setup, escape, it closes. You want to go to manage database, escape, it closes. So escape to close window, it's a common thing anywhere, everywhere, in every software in the world. But unfortunately, FileMaker doesn't have an escape kind of out of the box in the dialog here. They don't have it. Okay, so we had to build our own, which is okay. It's not bad. Why? Is because FileMaker give us all the tools we need in order to create that feature with, you know, from custom. It's a custom feature. Let's say we have custom. Remember, you have custom theme, custom function. Now we have a custom feature. We create our own feature. I want to create a system when I click edit here. Okay, so let me close this. When I click edit here, I want, when I press escape, see my mouse is here. Okay, my mouse here. When I press escape, I want the thing to go away. That's what I want. Okay, so how you do that? Custom menu, no. Because custom menu, first of all, doesn't work, because you need custom menu, you need the alt something or the control something. You cannot just say one letter. It doesn't work. Okay, custom menu doesn't work. By the way, about custom menu, I'm going to work with Haley and with the boss to make a 2 to 3 days session about custom menu. Because yes, so Moki said custom menu, I understand, but custom menu, once you get the point of the custom menu, you're going to love it so much that you're going to spend your life there. Trust me, it's true. I know it's incredible to believe. It's hard to believe, but it's true. It's like, you know, when you get how this value list stuff works, okay, then you can, you know, you can just, yeah, David Angel, you're right, keystroke. So how I can do that, right? Okay, so we have a feature on any object. That means can be an object, can be a field, okay, or can be a layout. Okay, we have a trigger event that we call that a trigger event. We call on keystroke. What a keystroke means. Okay, so here we have on the layouts, we have on keystroke, on layout keystroke. That means anywhere in the layout, if I press a key, an event will happen. So a script will get triggered. So you can limit to one field if you want, okay, on object keystroke, or you can say, I want the entire layout. I want the entire layout, okay? So how it works on layout keystroke, and I have one here that I call test, okay? So here what happened. FileMaker, with that function, gives you the ability to intercept what's the name? To intercept a key when you strike a key. For example, I strike A, you know, it said here A. Okay, cool. Now I'm striking a B. Okay, cool, right? So now you can see you have on the right on this, you have a number and it changed, you know. So you said A is 87, B is 98, C is 99, D 100, E, you guessed it, 101. Okay. And then you have numbers. Number 6 is 54, 7 is 55, 8. So you have a number here. So what is this number? This is a ASCII table number. Every single character in your computer has a code. Any kind of character, and proof of it, you can just open the keyboard here, and even if you strike those exotic character, it says you, okay, the sigma, is character number 87,021. So that means it's far down, so if anything you strike, omega, for example, okay, omega is 937. So any kind of things you strike, FileMaker will intercept the code. Why? Because there's key that doesn't have a graphic representation. J has a graphic representation. It's a character, so FileMaker is representing. 4, there's something. But what about this character? What this is? This is a tab character. You can see there's a space here. It's a tab. Tab is the character number is 9. Now I want space. It's 32. Now I want return. Return key. See, it made the return. See the thing? It's character number 13. Now you want the enter, because you have carriage return and enter are two different key. On the PC, you have that more often than the Mac, okay? But you can strike. So enter on the Mac is 10, carriage return is 13, okay? So, I mean, on the Mac, on the keyboard. I mean, Mac and PC, that's the same. It's an ASCII table. This is international. Actually, in the ASCII, you have, there's 2 I in the ASCII, ASCII. That means in one I, there's international something. If somebody can check for me what ASCII means, I remember what it is. Association of character, international, whatever. That's an international thing. So it's an international thing, okay? So, so Mac PC, same thing. So now that's great. So how can I get this interception of character? It's very simple. You use this. I'm using a dialog, and I say, okay, get trigger keystroke, right? And then I want the code. I want the code. So what the code mean? I want the ASCII code of the character. If I say code, and I want A, I have 97. B, I have 98. Code, return this. If I want the code of my name, this is the code of my name. This, okay, so if I can change that, yeah, ASCII table, thank you. So I can see this is the code of my name. Okay, so you can coding thinking like that. So you are all with ASCII character. Okay, so that being said, okay, with the code now I can trigger things. For example, I want, when I press escape key, which is the character number 27, I get the code on the trigger keystroke. So I get the keystroke, that the character, I get the character, you know, there. And then I say, with the code, if the code 27, I close the window. So it's very simple. So when I open this, right, and if I strike any keys here, right, I close the window. Okay, so that's it. And I alt everything to stop everything, to make sure that everything stops. Okay, so this doesn't make anything slow. Why? Is because the script I'm putting here are very, very narrow and very fast, and I'm escaping the scripts when I don't need it. Okay, for example, here I'm saying if the code is 27, I'm doing this. Otherwise, don't do it. Okay. So, but here you can see now. So now we have the code. That's great. That's great. Okay. But I said, okay, you know what? Now there's two things that I want to do. Let's say I want to, I go to manage database and I do changes. Escape will do cancel pretty much, okay? Escape, we click, if I click here, that's the same, I get the same thing, okay? So escape, cancel, right? But if I press return, I'm validating the thing. So I do it again. I go to the manage database or whatever. I do changes, escape, escape. Or if I press OK or if I press return, I'm validating. Okay. So now I want the same thing. I want to edit this. Okay. Obviously, I did a mistake here. I want to remove that thing here. Okay. And now my mouse here. And now I want to press return. I want to validate because the OK button. So now you know about. You remember at the beginning of this broadcast of this week, I was saying the expression and the function about the colors. My colors here say, okay, the blue means I'm going to validate the thing like this one. Blue validates, gray cancel. Every time I'm going blue somewhere, here, blue, the OK button will be validated with return. That's what it means. So the color has a function. This is a functional color. It's not an expression. It's there to indicate that the OK button is the default button. The one that you're going to press is return will validate. So here I have exactly the same thing. So I made my changes, okay, and I want to validate the changes. So I press return, bam. Validate my change, right? So why the heck you want to do all of this? Because your user, do you want the user to say, click? Okay, so they edit, okay? So they do the edit. They take the mouse. They click OK. That's what you want? That the experience you want for the people? No. Do you want the experience like this? You edit, so no mouse, okay? No mouse. So you edit this. So I have to this. Okay. You edit, right? You do your change, and you validate. I didn't touch my mouse. Right? That's what you want. So you are making, you are giving your user a great user experience. Why? Is because, again, because you have a great UI. I have the UI. I have this nice window. Now I can do whatever I want, and I can press return. Now I can edit again, right? And I can just go and say, okay, oh, I made a mistake here. I want to remove that, okay? But I want to go, navigate with my tab control, or go up with my shift tab control, okay? And I can change whatever I want, and I say like this, and I validate my stuff. I didn't even touch my mouse once. That's a great experience, right? So how we do that? Okay, that's simple, because as I intercepted, this script here is saying what it's saying: escape and return. Okay, so here what I'm saying, I say, okay, that was for the escape key, and that was for the return key. Okay, so if the code of the keystroke is 10 or is 13, because they both together do the same thing, then perform a script. And here, I'm performing script, and I'm performing a script by name. I'm sending the name of the script. That means that's script is universal. I can use it all over the place. Okay. So this is how you create a great experience to your user. But you cannot do that if you don't have the UI, if you don't have the support, right? So now I want to show you something that's an experience that was part of FMSP, FileMaker, FM starting point from the previous version before I joined the company. Okay, so when you create a notes, right? You create notes here. Okay, and then you have multiple functionalities on the same object, which is a terrible thing to do. Okay, so we have one is we can rename it. Oh, I need to remove that stuff here. Yeah, so let me remove that. Okay, so first you can rename it. Okay, and then you can select one that you can enter here, select another one you can enter here, and you select another one and you can select here. Okay, so see, you select. Okay, you select, you edit, and in the same time you delete. Okay, this is a terrible experience. Doesn't work. It's cumbersome. You don't know what you're doing. You know, because okay. So in FMSP, the old version, they added a trigger when you were entering the field here. It was automatically selecting the thing. So with a trigger, it's a terrible experience. Why it is a terrible experience? Because it's missing a piece. It's missing a piece that if you remove what I'm going to show you from your computer is completely, totally, and entirely unusable. Okay, so if your computer as a whole will be completely useless if you remove that, how you expect FileMaker solution to work? Well, you understand? There's something wrong here. I'm saying something. If I remove that piece, your computer is good for trash. You don't have it in FileMaker. How FileMaker could be good? Okay, so what I don't want to click on the name, and what I want that experience. So first of all, I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to expand this here, and I'm going to make this like this, a little bit more. Okay, this is what I want. Oh, sorry. I want that to be on the back. Okay, so now see, I click, but I cannot edit the name. Say, okay, hey Nick, yeah, okay, but I want to edit the name. Okay, I edit the name. Ha! Imagine that you use your computer, but you don't have the double click. You don't have the double clicks. Okay, so let's play with the computer without the double click. Click, file, open. That's what you need to do. If you don't have the double click, double click. So now you want to play a video. Okay, so you open the video, you go to file, play, right? That's what you need to do. That's what you do in FileMaker. Because you don't have the double click out of the box. We need to build it. Okay, so I build it for you. Okay, so I select, and when I want to edit the name, I double click. I edit the name, blah 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 blah. I validate this, and now I can click. Sorry, but is that a better experience? I think so, right? So now you say, oh Nick, oh yeah, you need a plugin, or you need no plugin, no Java, no SQL, nothing. Okay, so you can hide the menu bar, even cross X. Okay, so so see what I mean? So now it's understandable. Okay, and okay, if you want to help your user, you can even say have a tooltip here, and you say, okay, double click to edit title. Okay, if you want, you can have this, but it's low. See, you have this, you have a tooltip. Say, okay, I'll double click to edit title. Okay, so let's double click it. Okay, so I'm editing the title, no problem. I'm adding a note. I have a note here. See okay, you see the workflow here? So you see the UX, user experience. Okay, so now the double click can be on something else, right? we can go there and can go to Node. And I say, okay, yeah, Nick, that's cool. But I want the double click to do something else. A double click can do whatever you want. You trigger a script when you do the double click. Okay, you trigger a script. So when you double click here, now here, see, I want this, but now I want to open the window. See, double click, I open a window. Double click, see here, double click, I open a window. 4. Now this, SD. Now this. See, each time I click here, I'm opening a window. Here it was just go to field. Here it was just a go to field stuff. That's it, right? So okay, so I see that we have our ebullition in Discord. So what's going on here, Christian? I wasn't following too.
That's okay. It's a little bit off topic, but one of the questions came up. How do we stop a user from just closing the window of the database and therefore shutting down the database? And you can comment on that as you want. One of the things
I did it yesterday to me because I was tired. I did it to me because and I think on Discord somebody said the right thing is on last window close because especially on the Mac, the Command A, Command W, which close window, select all, and Command S and Command Q are on the same quarter, are on the same place here. Command Q, W, Q quit, A select all, save, and W close window. So all those things, those are I'm using that all the time. Command something, command this, command that. Okay, on those 4 on here, and most of the, and sometimes happen. When I press Q, bye bye, sayonara, you out of here. So yeah, it's off topic, but I can show you this very quickly. So on last window close.
Oh, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you have on last window close, on last window close, kind of and you say show dialog. Very simple. FileMaker Pro. Do you want to exit or quit for example, yeah, I like to do this. Here, instead of doing this, I say get file name. Then I have what's the name? I have a universal script when you do that. Do you want to quit? And here, get file name. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this. And now I say no. And here you say yes. Okay. And then you have a confirmation and say, okay, if no, get last message. If last message shows equal 1, that means no. 2, no. If it's yes, if it's no, so you say if it's no, you alt. You say, okay, no problem. Alt everything. So you don't say if yes, do something. No. You say if no. If you press don't want to quit, alt. That means you won't quit. Then you put that script here. I'm doing quick because it's off topic, but if I want, I can explain that later more. On last window close, you select this one, and now when you do this, you close this window here. This is the last window. No, that will be the last window. So see, okay, ask close now, because I say yeah, I want to close. And so now you see, do you want to quit empower your search? See, it says I say yes, so he quit it. But that was for the other file, because I opened twice, right? So now if I close this, it says, okay, do you want to quit empower your search? You say no, he say blam. If you say yes, it closes. Okay, and because I said get file name, now it's talking to you. Say, okay, if you have multiple files open, then you know which one you're closing. Okay, so that's cool. So you got the point of the double click. So let me show you how you do the double click.
There was a double click question, Nick, that I think you'd like to comment on, and it was, can you use this on WebDirect?
No. Answer is no. I'm asking people, send me a link of a website where you have a double click. Challenge. I want a website where you have I want a website where you have a double click. None has double click on the, because of the same reason we cannot have it. Because most of the time, I'm explaining people say, okay, how did I come with the creation of the double click on FileMaker? I was at FileMaker itself, I was at Santa Clara, I was down there, right? And I said, okay, I want a double click. And they said, Nick, no way, we will never do the double click. Forget about it. Thank you, sayonara. I said, yeah, okay, you know what? This is a challenge to me, and I love challenges. So, so I said, okay. So I start talking to people over there, and I start talking to engineers. How the double click works? Oh, okay. So we intercept the first action, then we wait a little bit, and if there's another click, we cancel the first action and we do another action. Oh, you wait? Yes, and that's why we have this. That's why we have this stuff here. When you go to mouse, you wait. You can have the double click faster. Where's the mouse? Yeah, you can have the double click faster or not. Here, no, that's the tracking. I think they removed the double click fast or not trackpad. See here the click speed, the click, that's the click. Okay, so if you want not the click, that's the tracking speed, that's the speed of the mouse. I think they removed the waiting time. Anyway, you know what I mean, so pretty much for the double click here, when you double click, they wait a time. If you click, see, it's too long, so it doesn't count the second one. If you do click, oh, now I have an action. So so then when they told me how that works, I just replicated the same thing in FileMaker. But there's something more here, and I think the double click works kind of a course by itself. I'm going to send you this file to you. I can give you kind of a sneak peek of how I'm doing this, but it will take too long. I will be too long. It will be too long for me to explain that, and I will be too late to explain this. So here the double click. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm setting a variable, the click variable, which is a global variable, and I'm setting whatever on the click plus 1. So when it's empty, when the click is empty, say 1. 1 means this, okay? Then I'm pausing for 35th of a second. I'm pausing. If this script get killed and then I'm running again, this will say click plus 1, that will 2. And I say, okay, if click 2, do this. If click 1, do this. It's involved many things here. I need to lay down the thing. Look, it's super fast. It never fails. Never failed. It never failed. It has 100% of the feeling and the feeling and how and the action. 100% of a real double click. It is a real double click that I built myself. Okay, so the double click adds a new dimension. Okay, so now I want to talk about, for the 10 minutes we have, 15 minutes we have, I want to continue a little bit here and say, okay, that's great. So I can delete the note here. Okay, so I can delete the note, and that's great. Can delete the note. And here I have a big blank stuff here. This blank. I don't know what to do here. Okay, and I don't know what to do because obviously something is missing, right? So I want to group this and say, I want to do something here. This is what I want to do. I'm saying, okay, if this portal here, the notes all is empty, so is empty, notes all, if there's nothing there, okay, hide it. So see, now it's hidden, no longer there. Okay, It's hidden, and now I can do another thing. I can add here a text, okay, and I'm doing this. I'm saying that the text here, I want the centered, I want bigger, I want a little bit grayer, I want a border, okay, and I want 5 here. Okay, now I have this here. I can put that here, and I want to match how this is big, okay? So you see now this and those are together, one on top of each other, okay? And I want the back to be white, okay? So now remember, I said that this is hidden when this is empty. Now I want this block of text to be hidden when it's not empty, when it's not empty, okay? So I want the reverse. Why I want to do that? Here what happened. No notes. There's no notes. Okay, I understand that, no notes. Now I click here. Now I have a note. You see how great visual you tell something to your customer, to your user. You tell something, say, okay, dude, don't bother. Don't get gray hair. There's no notes. Pay it. So when you see that no notes, what do you do? What do you do? You say, okay, okay, I'm going home. No, there's no notes. Okay, so I'm creating one. I'm adding a new note, right? So, and now I have, okay, so now I know what to do. And you guide your user. I mean, you need to bring the hand. Imagine that you hand, how you call that? You handhold your customer. Say, okay, hey, okay, come with me. I'm showing things. Okay, so here you have this, then you have that, then you have this, then you have that. Okay, so you show your customer the way. So here I'm telling your customer, I'm telling my user, there's no notes. Okay, there's no notes. Now I click here. Automatically, I'm selecting the text, the block text where you are editing the name, because maybe you want to edit the name, and more likely you won't. But if you don't want, you strike tab, and you go, you change it, and then you strike tab, and you go to the next field, right? And you go, okay, the what's the name? The tab order was messed up, but you got the point, okay? So each time I'm creating new notes here, I'm saying note 4, note 2, note 4, note 5, note 6, So I'm counting and say, okay, you have plenty of empty notes here, So I mean, unnamed notes, You need to, see my double click, it's very cool. Okay, so now, if I create a new note, it will be note 7 because it's the 7 notes that is unnamed. So this is what you need to do it's what you need to do to your customer. You need to help your customer, especially when you have a complex layout. So now, I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you 2 different applications, and I want you to and you will understand what I'm telling you, okay? And then we are going to run some questions here. Here I have this layout, very simple. Select or add a request. There's no photos. And here I have nothing. I assign a format. It's empty, something financial. Okay. So now here we have those 3 here. You can see we have nothing here. So here, what do I do? Oh, okay. Select or add a request. Okay, there's no request to select. Okay. So I have no other choice than adding a request. Okay, I'm adding a request. So look what happened when I do that. So when I'm entering here, okay, I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah, okay, there's nothing on the layout. I mean, there's no request. I'm creating a request. Bam. Oh, now I have things. Now I have things. Okay. So I have the request number one. Okay. Request number one. Okay, I'm typing what the request number one is and say, okay, like that. And then I say, okay, what can I do? Oh, there's no photos. Okay, there's no photos. So let's add photos. You know, you click here. And then you say, okay, so this is, I can't assign from existing photo because obviously there's no photos. So you see, visually, I'm telling my customer, my user, there's something here. That means there's no photos. You know, it's great. So let's import some photo. So I'm importing photos here. So let me go there, and I'm importing this folder here. So here I have this nice CarStar window that tells me what it's doing, is importing photos. Okay, that's what it's doing. So okay, please, that can take several times depending on how the photo are big, right? So I'm importing the photo. Obviously, I have the import photo or kind of a dialog here that shows me, and then I'm seeing my photos here in a nice window here. I'm seeing my photos, and they are all assigned to that. Sorry for the name. The name was awful. I'm sorry about that. But you know, I'm all assigned to that guy. So I close this and I say, okay, now my photos are here. Sorry, my screen is small, but all my photos are here. Okay. So now you see the assign from existing is now available because there's photos, right? But anyway, all my photos here. Okay, all my photos here. And now I can have requests, and I click on results. So what's the result? There's no results. Okay, so and it says 0 here because why? Because I can have multiple results, and each result can have photos, right? And you can change the date for the results. Okay, and the date change. So now I have 4 results. So one request, I have the photos of the request, can have multiple results. So because I want to give the message to the user that you can have multiple results, I put the number here, the amount of result that I can get. Then I create a new request, etc. A new request again and again and again and again. Okay. So this is what we call a progressive UI. Why progressive? For that reason. Here another experience here. And you will see it's kind of complex interaction, but extremely simple for the user. First of all, okay, what do I need to do? Oh, assign a format. That's the only thing I can do. Okay, that the only thing I can do is to assign a format. Okay, so assign a format. So click here, and I'm selecting. Okay, I'm selecting Fernando. I'm selecting my format here. So you can see I have a CarStar window where I can find people, I can show all, I can search, I can search people, and so I want Fernando here, and I want to validate this. Oh, so now I have things coming up. Fernando is a format of a crew of 2. That's a crew of 2. Fernando is a foreman of this. So there's Fernando as a foreman, okay, plus 2 crew members. And here you can say, okay, what the role they're doing. This is a mason, and this is maybe mason, and that are the helper. Okay, I don't know, right? Okay, so you give common information. Now that you have this, I can add more crew members if I want. Okay, I want to add this guy, and I want to add this guy. See, same thing. Each time I need something special, I'm giving to myself a support. I have a support to have a great experience. I have the UI to have the experience. I have a UI with a list of people that I can cherry pick, click, 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 click. And then when I'm done with all those people at once, I'm validating. I don't want the custom. I don't want here a pop-up menu selecting people one after one after one after. I don't want that. A terrible experience. That is an experience out of the box from FileMaker. What I want to click here. I have a UI where I can search, when I can sort, right? And I want to select this guy. I want to select this guy. This guy in gray here, you see, you have this one in gray. That means he's already there. It's already selected. I'm telling you, this guy, you can't click on it because it's already selected. You see, you are giving to yourself as a developer a support to do something like that. I'm telling you, if you want to do something like that with a menu, imagine you have a menu here, a pop-up menu with the list of the crewmen that are, the crew members, okay? And you want to ignore, to remove from the pop-up menu who is already there, because you don't want to add Jesus 10 times. You want only one, because this is important. This is what is calculating the money of the company, the time cards. So you don't want Jose or Jesus or whatever to be 5 times in the list. Okay? So that needs to be narrowed down and to be controlled. It needs to be under strict control. And because I am adding to myself, I'm giving to myself all the tools, the support, and the UI I need, I can have this information. This guy is a foreman. I know it in this list. Fernando Hernandez is a foreman. I'm sure I'm seeing that here, right? So I have all this information here. I can cherry pick who I want at once. And here, instead of say, okay, 7 people are selected. I click here, validate, and boom. All my people has been added at once. Now, as you can see, so it's a progress. I added the foreman, I added my crew members, and now I want to add the time card. So I'm giving the people, you cannot add time cards if you don't have crew members. You can't. So I'm not showing you this button, add time card, until you have a crew member, at least one. So now that I have a time card, I want to add time card for this guy. Here, I have this fantastic UI, okay, where I have all the list of all the people I have selected. So I am in the table. So you know what the point here? I give myself another support for another great UI, for another great experience. Those are the people that got selected here. But this card here, the list view, I am in a list view, is not a popover with a portal. I am in a list view. So because I am pretty much what I'm doing here, go to related record of this, guys. That's what I'm doing. Go to related record to that. And here I say, okay, you see, I want a time card here, but I don't want, that day, for that day, Jesus Diaz wasn't there. He was out. And George wasn't there too. Those 2 people wasn't there that day. So I can remove from my creation of time card. Let's say I'm removing more of those people, okay? So I have only 5 selected because I unselected people, okay? So now I validate this. Let's say I want to say 7 a.m. to, what's the name, to 3 p.m. And I have a 1 hour lunch, okay? So see, my UI is great, green, red. You see, I'm playing with the color. Here, the color, you remember what I told you, right? So about the coloring, right? Green, start, red is end. And then you validate and boom. You have the thing cram, the 5 people that I created, and you have at once. Okay. So now I'm ready for question. I'm not going to dismantle the process of what happened here. But it's obviously what happened behind the scene is kind of a little bit more complex that I cannot explain here. But what I wanted to show you is the necessity you have to start thinking now that you must give to yourself as a developer the support. You need to build a support for the UI you need to achieve an experience. You cannot rely on FileMaker's new records anymore. Okay, if you want to go to the application level in your development, you need to say, okay, new record was great. It was great. Okay, for a cheap, very quick and dirty kind of solution, table view, new record. Okay, that's fine. But if you want to give an experience to your user, you need to create, escape key to dismiss a window, enter or carriage return to validate an action, keystroke kind of and double click, and you need to those when you want to pick people, select people, add people in the list. You cannot rely anymore on the portal with the automatic creation of records on the bottom of the portal with a mere pop-up menu with a list of names. That is 1990. Let's say even in 2000, in the year 2000. But now we are in 2020, and the problem you are facing now as a developer, and I'm facing the same thing. Users are educated. They expect the double click. They expect the escape key. They expect the carriage return. If you don't give them what they expect, they're going to be like nervous and then don't like what you do, right? They said this is poor design. This is poor experience, right? And they're right. It's a poor design, poor experience. Yes, it's more work for you. I'm not saying this is free. It's not like copy paste, right? But unfortunately, it is necessary to start learning doing this. Okay, and more you learn, more you practice, and easier it will get. So, do we have any question here, Christian? Please.
I don't see any questions. People are definitely very excited with what you have. There was some sort of a sign conversation between the cats and Scott Kane and the pinballs, but I'm not sure if I missed something on that. I think they might have just been joking around.
Yeah, I'm using those images as testing, so they are all over the place.
And Moki
in his solution, this is Scott's solution. So in all the place. So look, did you mean? Okay.
Moki has asked this question twice. If you're using an auto enter, I wasn't sure how to phrase it before, so I'll let you take a look at that. Do you use a button with an auto enter calc field? I'm not sure where he was referring that to.
Oh no, actually I'm using it means for the counter here.
Okay.
I don't even remember what I used here. I think I used straight calculation. Yeah. I just use straight calculation. No, I'm just it's a straight calculation. Okay, so this is okay. This is what I was saying many times. We have 2 minutes here. This is what I was saying for people. You don't need an atomic bomb to swat a mosquito. Okay, so here, how many records do you expect to have in this in the results? Do you expect to have millions of records, thousands of records? So that means the guy click for millions of times? No, I'm expecting to have at least 20. That will be the biggest. Okay. So do I need to take care of performance using pisos? And no, you don't need, because here it is obvious that you will never have billions of records here. So you can use a straight count. It will never be slow because you have 10 records, 20 records. That's it. If you have millions of records or counts, if you put count with million records, you can go to visit your mom, have lunch with her, and have a kind of a nap, take a nap, and come back. Because yeah, million records, but here we have 10 records. So I hope that answers the question here. Okay, so if Christian, do you have time? Do you have to go, or can I just show the people who want to stay and see how I'm getting the Alt command, Control D, Control F. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
How long is it gonna take?
I don't know, 5 minutes.
I got like 2 before I gotta run.
Okay, so guys, I promise tomorrow morning. First things first, I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to, and actually that's great. I'm going to prepare the thing, and then I'm going to explain. Sorry, it's not my fault. I was going to do it, but Christian cannot.
I'm the bad guy, and I wish
you're
I
the
could.
bad. You're exactly. You're the
bad
guy. You're the one being chastised because I was willing to do overtime and you don't. Okay.
Well, Nick, as usual, I very much appreciate it. I do think that there is a lot to this UI UX. There's learning how to do something, but there's also just kind of seeing the workflow and kind of coming through it. And I think this is great. I do want to comment. It's come up in a couple of the chats that unfortunately, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can't share that file because it's a customer file. It's not a demo file.
No, it's actually this is kind of development I'm doing for Scott is a high-end development, but I really encourage people watching live and watching after with the video to contact us and contact me, obviously, and I can help. I can give guidance, not for free. That will be a paying service, but I can help you. I can guide you. I can make kind of coaching here. Can coach you. You do the job, and I'm supervising, and I'm giving you kind of guidance here. So that can be very helpful for you. Like, oh, Nick, please, can you implement that for me, or can you implement this for me? And then with the implementation done, you can move forward and do yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm doing that often now, and I'm very happy to do that. And at the same time, when you do that, when you hire me for that, yes, you pay for the time and stuff like that, but you're learning with kind of a personal coaching thinking. We share the screen. I'm doing the work. You see me working, right? And I'm explaining, and at the same time, I'm putting comments and stuff like that, so you know how it works. So you're learning. It's a learning process. So I really encourage you to think about it. If you need, instead of spending weekends and nights and stuff like that trying to do it yourself, maybe it's like ask me to put the building blocks together, and then you do the painting and stuff like that, but you have the building blocks, you know what I mean? So that's very important. Very good.
And I appreciate you bringing up coaching. I'm at the point where the majority of my customers are actually coaching, and a good portion of them are either developers themselves or they're the business owner, and they found that they can hugely reduce the cost of development, but they actually like having their hand in it. And, Nick, I know that I recently passed you someone, and she was just more than thrilled to get that opportunity to do that screen sharing.
Yeah. So something else that I want to tell you here. Look for example, this example of editing a contact. Just because I'm using the UI, everything behind is simple. No relationship, no JSON, no loops with get a set field and stuff like that, right? So, and here this experience that I just show here with this what's the name, with Scott files here. Yes, underneath it is a little bit more complex than just the edit button, right? But it's not that complicated. It is not. See, I can just sneak peek about this validate kind of script here. See, this validate script is straightforward. Okay, so there's a loop here to create the records, and then after that I'm doing this and this and this. So it's not very complicated what I'm doing here. Okay, so it's you see, it's not is doing more things, but it's not like over the top, super complicated, super complex. There's many things. Look, there's things you need to learn. The double click is one thing. The escape and stuff like that, you learned that today. We are going to set up the double click session. That needs 1 day for that. And obviously, what you need to learn absolutely is the import technique, the import feature. You need to learn that because that will unlock your next level, okay, on the build FileMaker game, right? So, ready to land we don't have the plane, Christian. We have the USS Enterprise. We are driving the Enterprise. We don't want to drive planes.
We are flying the Enterprise. I called
you need to be very careful on this. We don't. Actually, Enterprise doesn't land. You need to beam us down, please.
Yeah, and I did, Nick, you might not be able to see it. I brought in Miles' search and rescue team. We've got Bo here. Bo is one of RCC's very advocate workers, and unfortunately, he couldn't find Miles. So we're going to have to call it quits there. Yeah, he gave it his best. I got to give
Miles is with the ball. We need to rescue him. Maybe next week. I don't know when.
We'll try again. And I do want to give Bo credit. He has been sitting like this for the last 25 minutes, and I can't believe I got him to hold still this long. So that'll be a Christian and Bo signing off. Thank you all. Thank you again, Nick. I will be not attending tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have the boss real. We don't have the hologram.
Oh,
we have
you
the boss.
Spoiled it. I was going to surprise them.
Oh, sorry for that.
That's okay. But thank you, everybody, for attending. Sorry that I couldn't let Nick finish his thing, but he will get to that first thing tomorrow. And thanks, everybody. Till tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.